In the Chinese language education in Malaysia, according to the Malacca Church Quarterly Record from 1818 to 1820, Malacca had 9 Chinese private schools in 1815, which is earlier than private school established in Penang in 1819, Wufu Academy. It also means that Chinese education development in Malaysia has been at least 204 years, and it is also marked a great history for Chinese people's journey to South China Sea and to Malaysia to settle down to inheriting the Chinese education. Over the past few hundred years, Chinese education in Malaysia has also been affected by the impact of China's 1911 revolution, the British colonial era, the Japanese occupation period, post-war reconstruction, national independence, emergency decrees, and a series of educational decrees and policies. After overcoming all these confrontations, the Chinese community has become stronger to protect the Chinese education and grow tremendously until today. Today, there are more than 6 million Chinese population in Malaysia, with 3 Chinese private colleges and more than 60 independent high schools, and about 1,300 primary schools receiving government grants and partial subsidies from the government, building up a complete and unique Malaysian Chinese education system. It is also the most complete Chinese education structure in the world, rated best system right after China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan. However, behind this complete Chinese education system, it is mostly rely on the Malaysian Chinese community giving out their full support not only in monetary but also putting hands together to create the better future for its students. Over all these years, Chinese media and entrepreneurs, Chinese parties and communities has supported Chinese education through a number of fundraising campaigns. The various channels have been united and all the efforts are contributed. In particular, the independent and higher Chinese education institutions are wholly owned by the Chinese communities and social affairs. All must be self-reliant not only in school buildings, software and hardware, teachers and operations, maintained and developed through collective efforts. We must support education regardless of poverty. It's the belief of the Malaysian Chinese community in striving for and defending its rights and interests. It is the soul and roots of the family. This fundraising for Malaysian Chinese education, including the dedicated sponsor by Perfect China, through its prestigious signature wines of the presidents. It is Perfect China's inaugural participation in Chinese education fundraising in Malaysia. Moreover, we are pleasantly honored to have the support of former presidents of several foreign countries who have graciously spent their precious time traveling to Malaysia to attend our events, meeting our students, and giving them moral support and encouragement. The father of South Africa, Nelson Mandela, who won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993 for his great contribution during the Civil Rights Revolution in South Africa. He quoted, "A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special." World Presidential Blend Diplomacy Fundraising for Malaysia Chinese Education has successfully raised 26.5 million ringgit Malaysia under the efforts of below parties. The organizer, the Federation of Chinese Associations Malaysia, Huazhong. The co-organizer, World Presidential Hall of Fame. The main sponsors, Perfect China Co. Limited. Beneficiaries, United Chinese School Communities Association of Malaysia, New Era University College, Southern University College, Chonghua Independent High School Kelantan, Chonghua Kuantan High School, Kuanghua Private High School, Let's toast. Cheers. Salute. Nastrava. Kosonde.